What's up, taters? This is me, Tree from Just Tree 411. So I am gonna go after Just Pearly Things every now and then because she's doing stupid things on Twitter. She blocked me, by the way. She blocked me. She didn't block Brittany Venti, but she blocked me. Yeah. And so that made me think like, oh, so you don't fear Brittany, you fear me. Now, she's a little irritated. I saw the whatever podcast where she was like, oh, Brittany's hating on her. Yeah, yeah. But you fear me. I know there's a lot of these women. Isabella did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And she should. I know everything about that woman. I could destroy her reputation if I haven't done it already. Right now I'm being merciful because Josiah says he believes that she is learning the Christian ways. We'll see. But anyway, as far as Pearl is concerned, Pearl is just a straight up hypocrite. She's not a pygmy. She's just look at me. I need to make money so I can find me another black man to take into my big parents' mansion and feed him so he can leave me and cheat on me. Anyway, she's always done this though. She's always done these videos where she is addressing, what is this coffee with Pearl, whatever. And so I guess we're going to sit up here and look at this. So let's watch it. I only watched 2 minutes of it. Actually, the 2 minutes I watched was her going, comment, subscribe, and look at my pictures. And so we're going to probably go through that and get right into the nitty gritty. Let's look at this for a second.
All right. What up, guys? Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel and welcome to Morning Coffee Thoughts. Before I start...
Okay. Yeah, this is where I'm like, and she's going to go through her phone where they give pictures of her and blah, blah, blah. And it's going to take a minute for her to get into the, yeah. Okay, here we go. So it should be right here.
Will die on the hill of being a wife. Why will we die on this hill? So I had a tweet.
Like, who's dying on the hill of being a bad wife? Hold on, let's get back to this. Okay. Dude.
Sad. Okay, so what are we talking about today? Women will die on the hill of being a wife.
Who said they're going to die on the hill and be a shitty wife? This is one thing I hate about Just Pearly Things, Pearl Davis. This is going to be so easy. She's going to probably be my most easiest reaction videos ever because one thing about Pearl just brings up things and she doesn't qualify them. No one is saying that they would die on the hill of being a bad wife. No one is saying that. You cannot bring one woman who's saying that, okay? So where did this come from?
Why will we die on this hill? So I had a tweet. I was just curious, all right? Where is this tweet? I said, women will die on the hill of wanting to be wives. Nothing I say should be controversial. Now, I get some flack now and then because I say I don't really give advice. Like, I'm not here saying, guys, this is how you pick a good girl or women. Like, this is the step-by-step plan of how to get not. But then people will push back on me and say, yes, you do. And they'll pull up tweets like this, where I say, women will die on the hill of being shitty wives. Submit to your husband, stay in shape for your husband, sleep with your husband.
Hold on, let's go through that. So submit to your husband. You are not in a position to talk about submission. I have never seen you submit to anyone. So I call BS on even you being potentially able to submit to someone. Let's not forget, you brought this homeless man into your parents' mansion. You fed him. You opened your legs up to him. Oh, Lord, I would never let something this ugly on top of me. And then you basically was in a relationship with him, and he dumped you. You took a homeless black man off the street and he had 2 kids by somebody, 2 other women. And then you want to sit up here and you think I'm going to believe that you submitted? You think I'm going to believe you submitted to him? You didn't even submit to him. So how am I going to believe you can submit to anybody? Secondly, okay, being in shape is subjective. A lot of couples don't care about it. The men get out of shape, the women get out of shape. I actually personally begged for my husband to put in our prenup a fat clause, a weight clause. He refused. He was like, and it wasn't for him, by the way. It wasn't for him. It was for me. He was like, no. He said, get that out of there. And if you insist that we have a fat clause for you, we're not going to get married. Well, you know, I took that fat clause out, okay? Had my lawyer make sure to redraft it again without it. But my thing is that you're out of shape. A lot of people are out of shape. No one needs to stay in shape. It's up to them. If they want to, if the husband said, I don't mind my wife having a little extra pounds. Who are you? Who are you to talk about that? Where'd you get this from? Where'd you get that everybody has to look like Mr. and Mrs. Fitness, Pearl? I forgot what the other thing she said, but she's going to repeat it several times, I think.
Quote unquote, talk to me when you're married with kids. None of this.
Yeah, talk to us when you're married with kids. You're not married with kids. You're not even in a relationship, Pearl. You're not even in a relationship. So yeah, talk to me when you're married with kids.
Be controversial. Is this controversial? You guys tell me. Maybe I'm crazy.
It's not controversial. You're basically not qualifying. Why do you bring this up? This is not a problem. Men are not going, married men are not, I wish my wife was more fit. They're not saying that. Okay? Where do you get this from? For example, look how yellow Pearl's teeth is right now. I could actually say this. Pearl, why is it controversial for me to tell you to brush your teeth? Oh my God, is that so controversial? Do I have to actually be a dentist to tell her to brush her teeth? Jeez. Oh my God. Like, you probably did brush your teeth today or that day, Pearl. They're just stained. You know, you've been over there in London too long, so I totally get it. All right? But my thing is that I am assuming, or I am actually saying something without qualifying as if you didn't brush your teeth. That's what you do. You sit up here and you say crazy things without qualifying that. Like, who says that this is a problem? Nobody is complaining about your yellow, crusty teeth right now, right? So for me to say, oh my God, can you brush your teeth? Ew! Like, no one told me as of today that they have a problem with your ugly teeth. They don't have a problem with that. So you sit up here and you say things first of all, you say things without qualifying it, and you're saying things that that we don't see anybody complaining about. That's my problem with you, Pearl. And you lie a lot, and you always blame women. You're not in a position to point a finger at women. You are a bad representation of what a good woman is supposed to be. And no, you're not married.
Maybe this is insane. Is it crazy? Do I need a PhD in marriage?
You have to be at least married, okay? You have to be at least married to give marriage advice. Just like you have to have kids to give advice on how to raise them. You have to give birth in order to give advice on how to give birth or how it feels to be pregnant, okay? A biological man cannot tell me how it feels to come on my menstrual cycle or your menstrual cycle. He cannot experience that. He cannot tell us how it feels because he can't do it. I'm not going to sit up here and have a man tell me how I feel, on my menstrual. He's not going to sit up here and do that. You have to be able to do this from experience to give advice. That's the problem.
To say, maybe, sorry guys, my phone keeps falling. Maybe you should, have sex with your husband. And maybe you should
Who said it that we're not having sex with our husband? Like, this is a non-problem.
Stay in shape.
Okay, that everybody, once again, I got to say this. You are not talking about a percentage of men who are complaining about their wives being out of shape. And you're not talking about a percentage of women who are complaining about their husbands being out of shape. That's basically up to the couple. I mean, like what group of married men? I want to see the study. By the way, there is no study. If you really want me to be honest here, men are so lenient. They're so tolerant. Like seriously, I told you guys this before. I I had my lawyer draw up in our prenup a weight clause, which is like a fat clause. My husband was like, "Get that out of there, or we're not getting married." By the way, that weight clause, that fat clause, that was for me, not him. I put that in there. I was like, if I at these between these ages, if I can only weigh this much, and he was like, Girl, what? He made me take it out, so I had to have my lawyer take it out. So what? What are you think? Are you gonna enter that into your little scenario? Like men really don't, for the most part, when they're fed, they get their little boom chicka bow bow in the bedroom. They kind of don't care about extra weight. You're not even in shape, Pearl. So what you talking about?
And when people can't argue with you, what they'll do is they'll bring in personal attacks. So they'll be like, well, Pearl, you're not married. What does that have to do with basic things that...
First of all, it has everything to do with it because you're not qualified to give marriage advice. You're not married. Just like Lizzo is not qualified to give fitness advice. Okay? Just like Dylan Mulvaney is not qualified to give advice on what type of tampon women should use. You know, he did do a tampon thing. He made a mockery out of it. Okay? But I am not going to take anything about I'm not going to take any advice about my reproductive organs from Dylan Mulvaney. He's a male. Okay, he's a biological male. So you have to live this advice. I, on purpose, did not have children. Okay, I did not want to have children, and I don't regret that. So you're going to sit up here and say that I'm qualified to tell women how to raise their children? No, you don't have kids. I don't have kids. We are not in a position to give mothers advice on how to raise their children. And so you're not married. I am married. I can give marriage advice. You can't.
We can agree on. Stay in shape for your husband.
Notice how it's always women. You stay in shape for your husband, but your husband can be all a big bowling ball. Your husband can be out of shape, okay? But like I said, women and men, these couples, have to decide whether they're going to be in shape or not. I don't really hear men complaining about their wives being out of shape. You know why? Because the men are out of shape. I just don't hear it. I just don't hear it. They don't really, from my experience, I bet you if I could find a study, I bet you that would be the least thing that men care about is if their wives are out of shape. I bet you that's the least thing that they care about.
Submit to your husband.
You don't even submit to this right here, this thing that you brought into your parents' mansion. You fed him. He was homeless. You brought this homeless Harambe looking man into your parents' mansion. You fed him, okay? You basically decided to be a couple, and you wasn't even submissive to him. So if you couldn't even be submissive to King Kong over there, what makes you think you can tell us how to be submissive?
Sleep with your husband. Like, this is...
No, who's saying that we're not sleeping with our husbands?
Basic. Guys, and here's the problem we have. Is as women, we cannot even... Oh, shit. We cannot even agree on an ideal.
There is no ideal. It's not. What's ideal? There's no ideal couple. What are you talking about?
How are we supposed to, as women, strive to be better if we can't even agree what the ideal wife is?
First of all, there's no such thing as an ideal wife. Just like there's no an ideal husband. My ideal husband, who I have right now, is not your ideal husband. Also, the ideal wife for a Muslim is not the same ideal wife for a Christian. The ideal wife for some ratchet woman in the hood, some ideal husband for some ratchet woman in the hood is not an ideal husband for some posh woman out in the boonies or in a very um, nice, high quality suburban area. It's all subjective. It's all in what we prefer. It's all about preference. There's no one size fit all ideal for everything. People have different preferences, and so there's no like one standard of this is the standard of an ideal wife that every man wants. That doesn't exist.
And I had another tweet. I said, for the men, I said, lead your family, have sex with your wife, stay in shape for your wife. And
I call cap on this. I call cap. I don't think she has such a tweet. Can y'all find that tweet? Anybody listening to me right now, give me that tweet. Please make me a liar. I look forward to that. I never see her go after the men. She always go after the women because she's catering to the black manosphere. Isn't it amazing that the black manosphere listens to her, but not the white ones?
It's crazy. The men were like, yeah, yes,
cap.
We should do that.
Cap.
You're right. But the women, it's like pulling teeth. And I had another poll that I did just out of curiosity. I said, what's harder, leading or following? And I think 70%
following. Woo! I can answer that right now. Following, honey. But then again, in all honesty, I'm alpha. So I'm used to being the leader and the leading and everything like that. And marriage is a humbling experience because, but I will say I do enjoy just like, oh, you could take it. You could take over. You could do this. You could do what you say goes. That's fine with me. I have no problem with that. But naturally, and it's real easy. It's easy for me to lead, but that's not the norm for most women. So most women are followers. Most women are not alpha. They're pretty passive. They're pretty naturally submissive. So I guess I'm just one of those exceptions, but I'm not the rule.
People, I gotta find the poll, said that following is easier. So as women, we get to do the easy thing. 73% said following is easier. Okay.
So yeah, okay, I agree with that. I don't fit in that category because leading is very easy for me. Leading is very easy for her too because first of all, Pearl is not submissive. Pearl has never submitted to a man. She didn't remember. Let's not forget Uncle Bungo over here. She never submitted to him. And basically, she is power hungry. She is business hungry. She's all about business. She's all about everything that she says that women are not supposed to be. She's a hypocrite.
So it's easier to follow than it is to lead. So the men have to do the hard thing, and they're not complaining about it.
Actually, it's not hard. It's by nature. I don't consider, like, I'm naturally a leader. It's something I do naturally. It's just like being tall. She's tall, I'm tall as well. It's like, how is being tall hard? I love it. She loves it as well. So it's like, if it's part of your nature, it's not hard. It's only hard if you're acting out of your nature. So if you are submissive and you're in a leadership position, that's going to be out of your nature. So if you have to lead when you rather follow, that's out of your nature. So that's going to be hard. Versus, like I just said, like, I am a leader. I'm alpha. And what I find hard but possible is following. I just don't follow stupid people. I don't follow idiots and imbeciles. I follow good people. I follow strong leaders.
It's the women. We're like, here's the easier job. Well, we don't want to do that. And that's the crazy thing. It's like, I'm not saying I'm the ideal. I've never in a million years said that. But
we know you are far from ideal. Thanks for that reality check.
If we can't have ideal women that we look up to as role models, or even ideal women.
What role model? What? You don't listen. If your mom is not a role model, or you don't know what. First of all, why do you have to have a role model in order to be the ideal wife? You just have to learn how to be a good wife. Learn your responsibilities, learn your duties. Also, check in with yourself every now and then. Get somebody on your team that's gonna keep it real with you. But I don't have no ideal models. I don't do that. I don't worship men. And what that means is there's no human out there. I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I always want to be. I adore Melania Trump. I love her. She's not my ideal wife. I would not want to be the type of wife she is. She lives a different lifestyle than I could ever live. I don't even want to live her. If I had a chance to live the lifestyle as Melania, I would turn that down in a heartbeat. So
point to and say, that's good, then we're lost in society. We're lost as women because we have to argue about three basic things.
Nobody's arguing. What are you talking about? You are bringing up situations that's not a problem. And who's arguing with you about this?
And I've spoken to overweight wives.
And I've spoken to overweight husbands. See, I can do the same thing that Pearl does, and then she wouldn't even like it. So she's like, I spoken to which Cap, this woman is such a big liar. I can say the same thing. I spoke to a lot of, watch this. She said, I spoken to overweight wives, and I go, I spoken to overweight husbands. Now let's see what happens.
That agree with me.
And that disagree with you. See what I'm saying? You see how I made that work? Oh, she says, I have spoken to overweight wives that agree with me. And I spoken to, guess what, Pearl? I spoken to overweight husbands and fit husbands that disagree with you. Now what? Now what you gonna say?
Where they say, yes, I need to be in shape for my husband.
And they say, no, she don't have to be in shape for me. She just makes sure she has to clean, cook, make sure my dinner. You know what the number one thing for men is just to cook them food. That's that to me, have their food ready. That's the number one thing they want in their house. They will be okay with the laundry not being finished as long as you got their food ready.
This is something I struggle with. Guys, this isn't to shame people or to...
You can't shame nobody, heifer. You not married.
To get on, this isn't to be mean to people that are not those things. But
like you?
If we cannot agree on what we're striving for.
What were you talking about? You cannot make your goals the same as everybody else's goals. How dare you, Miss Lily White woman who wants to tell everybody what to do and how to live? Okay, this is a big old Karen right here. By the way, I just found out she got a black man fired from his job over there in London because he didn't do what she wanted. So yeah. That Karen energy is all. And yes, I'm using it as a slur. Stay mad. I don't care.
Then we're just lost as women, and it's really sad. It's like
you're lost. I'm good. I don't even know this. Where did she talk about? We're lost as a women. Who?
This is the problem we get when we start putting fat chicks as models, because we start telling women this is the ideal that you should strive for.
Nobody is. Are you crazy? Nobody is telling me that I should strive to be like Lizzo. Now, I'm here for the fat shaming. I let you know right now, I'm all here for the fat shaming. But not one time has anybody put an obese or fat woman and said, strive to be this. Wrong. What? She's such a liar, dude. Nobody is telling. Hold on, seriously. You guys are taking this overboard. Yes, they are putting fat women on the covers of magazines, but these are men magazines like the Sports Illustrated and the other magazines. So this is to entice men, and it worked. Like I said, It proves my point versus yours. Men don't really care if women are not in shape. They don't. That's why we have a lot, what they call these skinny men who love big women, very obese women, okay? There's so many men who desire obese women, not fat women, obese women. They desire them. And so my thing is that this whole thing about being shaped, I don't know where you're getting this from, because I found that to be more acceptable from men than women. So this is why this quarter in a lie, because this will say, y'all see how I'm all over the place. And they talk about something, oh, she thick. She thick. To me, she look fat, but not this chick on the thing. But I've seen some Instagram models where to me, I'm like, whoa, she fat. But as long as she got that a smaller waist that's, smaller than the rest of her, it's not fat to them. So I guess, like I said, it's to each his own.
Why? Why? No, it's not. When I was a kid, my mom would put models on the fridge.
Why?
Okay? And I think anyone from 10 years ago gets, my mom in her right mind did not think that she looked like those models.
Wait a minute. Your mom put models on the refrigerator? That how? No wonder you turned out messed up, girl. Your mom put women models on the refrigerator.
She did not in her right mind think she was ever going to be those models. But having an ideal to strive for is a good thing. For a man to
You put that on the refrigerator though? Like, what is it? What is it? Why? Is this a white thing? Like to deter you from eating because you look at those models and you're going to feel fat and then you're going to feel ashamed and then you're going to not open up the refrigerator? Is that what this is about?
Up to Elon Musk and say, I want to be as good of a businessman as him, is a good thing. Even if he never in a million years will be even as close to Elon Musk.
First of all, wait a minute. How do we get... Okay, I'll work with you. I'll work with you here, Pearl. Everybody don't want to be like Elon Musk. If your dad wanted to be like Elon Musk, then that's on your dad. But there are millions and millions of men who don't want to be like Elon Musk. And get ready for it, there are lots of women who don't even want to date anybody like Elon Musk. You can't, if you're not qualifying while you're saying these stupid statements, you're just basically saying it to be provocative. You're just saying, and this is why women are coming for you. And I decided to jump on that train too, because you're just saying things just to say them. Or
Bill Gates or whatever great businessman, or even if you get a guy on freaking steroids that's and I'm not, please do not clip me saying.
Yeah, well, here we go. So every man wants to be on steroids, huh? Because you see a man jacked up, you want him to be on steroids. Okay, right. This is what I'm saying. This is not the norm. This is not the rule. You're getting exceptions here, and you're like, well, look about Bill Gates. We'll look at Elon Musk. Look at this guy on steroids. All the man wants to. No, that's not true. This is not the case. People have different preferences. You dumb heifer.
That I'm pro steroids, anti. But even if you say, oh, he cheated, like whatever, it's like that's still the ideal.
According to who? No, it's not. A lot of men do not think a huge bodybuilder is the ideal body. This girl is on drugs. She is on drugs. There's a lot of men do not look at that and go, yeah, that's ideal. That's ideal. Nobody does that. No man, do have an extreme small percentage of men that look at a muscular bodybuilder and say, that's the ideal body I want, especially if he looks like he's on steroids. Girl, shut up.
And we will get nowhere in society if we don't have heroes, if we don't have people we can look up to, and we don't have ideals. And
first of all, once again, you have to have an ideal according to what you want personally, not what you want us to be Pearl. You have this authoritative mentality that you want us to be like you want us to be. We're not going to basically bend the way you want us to be. Ladies, stop listening to this fool. Okay? Don't listen to somebody who looks like that. Plus, Pearl is young, and this girl looks like she's about to hit the wall. Well, she did hit the wall, or the wall fell on top of her face, but she looks like she's in her 30s. I do believe she looks like she's in her mid to late 30s. This woman is in her 20s, her early 20s, I think. She has that type of skin that she will look really old. I do believe I saw some crow's feet on the side of her eyes on a particular picture of hers. So this woman is not going to age gracefully at all. So, I mean, and I think that along with the fact that she can't find another one of these that she can take in off the streets and feed him and hope for that he wipe her up, because we already know what happened with that one. But this woman is bitter. She's very bitter, and she's attacking women because she's not like us.
And it's like, why do women want to die on the hill of being a bad wife?
No woman is saying that. Like, no one. And if you find one woman, I can find 50 that don't want to die on the hill of being a bad wife. I don't know where you get this from.
Why? It's okay to say I'm not perfect. It's okay to say I need to improve in these areas, but we cannot improve as women if we can never even identify problems.
We don't have to be identified by your problems, Miss Projection. You're the one who's not married. You're the one who's out of shape. You're the one who's not having sex. You want to sit up here and say, have sex with your husband. At least we got a husband to have sex with. Who do you have? Toys? What? You can't even find somebody to add to your body count. I saw that video. Where you said you went out on a date and you couldn't even get a one-night stand and you blame it on you being tall. Oh, no, honey. You need to look in the mirror. It ain't you being tall. Not close.
And that's where I'm at with content. It's like, you can't even identify this as a problem. How are we supposed to come up with solutions if we as women can't say, you know what, maybe we need to work on our submissiveness?
We as women are not unison in our problems, okay? So if we're not a monolith in our problems, we are not going to have the same solutions. We understand you're not talking to us, Pearl. You're talking to your Black Manosphere guys and hoping that one will like slide into your DMs and hopefully will wife you up. Hasn't happened yet, though. That's interesting. I guess they're not buying your BS after all.
Maybe as a group, we're not doing the best. If we don't say, you know what, maybe we're kind of fat. Maybe
you're out of, I wouldn't say you're fat, but you definitely out of weight. You can't see it. We saw the bikini pictures. Homegirl definitely need to get back into shape. She's not fat, but she's definitely out of shape. Well, I guess you could call it fat because she's not within her normal weight range. And that's why she wears these dumpy clothes, because she is pear-shaped. So you don't see all the weight up here. You see the weight all down here. And, ooh, Lord have mercy.
You need to get in better shape. You know
what?
But
men like that. That's what I'm saying. That's why she goes for black men. They don't mind. That's what I'm saying. So where'd she get this from? And I'm not being mean. Okay, black men do like overweight women. They do, for the most part, when it comes to, if you want to look at the racial demographics, black men tend to want them big. So that's what I'm saying, this whole thing about being in shape, who you talking to, girl? Even the men you trying to get with will accept you as is, child. What did I say on Twitter? Pearl is the white man's trash and Tyrone's treasure. Boom, headshot. Okay, these are facts.
Maybe we just need to have sex with our husbands. You know what maybe call me.
Who says we're not having sex with our husbands?
Crazy. And this is what they'll do. If they don't have an argument, they'll say, well, you're not married. I need your life experience.
You're not.
Guys,
you're not married. Lizzo cannot teach me how to be fit. She's fat. What? No, she's obese. She can't do that. Okay? I cannot have some woman who never knew how it was to be fit or fine teach me how to be fit and fine. I know how that from personal experience, baby, okay? So my thing is that she is out of pocket. She don't even live that experience, never been fit in her life. So I would never take weight loss and fitness advice from Lizzo, just like no married woman should take marriage advice from you.
That's like, okay, imagine. There's an obese person walking around at the gym. And I say, you know what? I think that person is fat and should lose weight. And then they come back and say, what? But, where's your PhD in nutrition? Well, you know what?
Hold on. Did she just compare marriage advice to telling obese people to lose weight? Listen, y'all know me. I'm down here for the fat shaming, okay? Because I get mad that people, when I was overweight, nobody fat shamed me. I had to use my inner discipline to get all that weight off, okay? So there's that. But nobody is saying that you can't look at someone and say you need to lose weight. What if she doesn't want to lose weight? What if she has a black boyfriend, something that you're looking for, that likes her big like that? So therefore, she doesn't want to lose weight because what do you call these guys? Can y'all put in the comment section, what do you call these guys who purposely like big women? They'll never date a skinny woman or a fit woman. The woman has to be a minimum of 200 pounds or more. You know what I'm saying? Overweight. Sorry. She has to be at least 200 pounds overweight or more. They love them big and chunky. Okay. And what? So therefore, if you look at her and tell her to lose weight, she's like, no, if I lose weight, I'm going to lose my man. Then what you going to say, Pearl?
I think he's pretty fat. Well, but you need to lose weight too. You know.
Well, ain't no lies detected, okay? Because you do need to lose some weight. You want to talk about other people being big. You need to do the same thing.
I might. You know, I probably.
Not no might. You need to lose weight.
Could lose 10 pounds, but that's pretty.
10 pounds? Cope! You are coping and seething.
And this is the problem we get to as a society. All right? We can't even identify what's wrong without going back and forth. We can't even say, like,
God.
I was on whatever podcast last night.
Yeah.
I could not say, hey, promiscuity leads to negative consequences for women.
Actually, I wish I was on the podcast, okay? It's amazing how when birth control came on the scene, promiscuous women back then weren't suffering any consequences. Women can be promiscuous back then. Let me drink some water because I'm not even saying a word right. And now it's an issue. Okay, like, and I forget when the birth control, I forgot when the pill was invented. I think, don't quote me, I want to say the 40s. That's what I want to say, in the 40s. So women were basically, doing their own thing. I could be wrong. I need to, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about this. I need to talk from research, because I do know that when women were able to get on the pill, they were promiscuous, and there were no consequences except for STDs. And back then they didn't have AIDS. They didn't have the type of STDs that would kill you like they do today. So that's that. So it's what I don't like is a double standard when it comes to Pearl, is that men can be promiscuous, but women can't. Nah, dude. If you're not going to have that same energy for men, don't even bring it to women.
1 in 3 women have an STD. 1 in 3.
And this is another thing. She only does stats for women and not men. And I know for a fact that more men have STDs than women. So she want to say 1 in 3 women have. I don't even believe her when she says 1 in 3 women have STDs. I don't even believe that, because Pearl is known to lie. She is known to lie, and I'm gonna basically go fact check her, and then I probably would do a response to this stats because she wants to sit up here and say about men, but not bring up women. I mean, she wants to sit up here and talk about women, but not bring up the STDs in men. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I did not mean to do that. Okay, here we go.
Women have had an abortion. 90% of women have been on birth.
So I don't care about the abortion thing. Women can have their abortion. Get your thing, okay? So we need less of these people here in the world, okay? So, girl, if you want to get your abortions, hey, I support it, girl.
Control. We're on antidepressants more than ever before.
That's liberal women, actually. That's not her. She said this on whatever podcast. Over 56% of liberal women are on antidepressants. That's not women on the right. And y'all stop thinking that Pearl is a right winger or conservative. She is not. She is a blue bleeding liberal.
This isn't working out for us.
What you mean it ain't working out? It ain't working out for you because you ain't married and you ain't got no man. You can't even find a man to have a one-night stand with, girl. You're projecting.
And like the first reaction, well, but you can still have a happy relationship. Don't judge. No. Like, why do we?
Yeah, you can actually. Yeah, you can. There's a lot of us who were not virgins, okay? And well, me, I lost mine at the age of 19, but all my other friends lost theirs earlier than me. I was a late bloomer because my father, was so strict. But what does that have to do with anything? So you saying you can only be a virgin and you can only have a happy life if you're a virgin? Well into your 30s? You're not even a virgin. You know what I'm saying? When you let this right here get on top of you, ew.
To put in this fluff and this nonsense. No, it's not good. Well, you're not
Says
a virgin?
Who?
Well, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, so shut up. Stop trying to give people marriage advice if you're not married.
I could say, in all honesty, as women, our lives would probably be better if...
Who is saying... Where are these women complaining about, boy, I sure wish my life was better? From my view, it seems like we living real well. Yeah, you have some crazy women who are on antidepressants, but they're on the liberal side, your side. They're your people, dear Pearl. The right-wing women and the conservative women, we're not on no antidepressants. We're not upset. We're not miserable. We're not depressed. We good, actually. We real good.
When we were younger, we just got married young and waited till we were married. And
when did that happen? I want to know what year was that the norm? Because it wasn't in the 90s and it wasn't in the 2000s at all. I don't even know if it was in the 70s or 80s. I would say getting married young was definitely in the 50s. I'm going to have to do some research on that too. But that was not the norm for a while. I think the hippies even proved that to be the thing. I think around about 60s, women were not getting married in their young years. I mean, it was not the norm at that time. I could be wrong. Maybe the 70s was when getting married young was not the thing. Yeah, I'm going to put it. I changed my answer there, Pearl. It's in the 70s.
I think that's honest. But older women and even married women will want to be dishonest to you because they don't want to look in the mirror and see that they're not really the best wives. In all honesty.
Well, instead of assuming that older women are being dishonest, why don't you talk to our husbands? Oh, that's right. You don't care about the truth. If you get older men and their older wife, and I want to see you ask these older men, do they regret anything? See, what you do is, this is what she does. She just lies. She picks up things and she just lies right off the bat. And she can't qualify nothing. You don't let these older women lie to you. Well, so you can lie to them, Pearl? You don't want older women to tell the truth? So you're going to accuse us of lying so that you can lie? But we understand you're really not talking to women. You're talking to black men or any man who's stupid enough to listen to you.
Very few women actually submit to their husband. It's rare.
That's true, though. That finally she said something that's true, baby. And she's speaking from experience, Exhibit A, okay? She has not submit to this thing. She did not submit to him. So she doesn't submit. So I want to see you be submissive. I've never seen you do that ever. You have never been submissive in any of your relationships. Yes, then you're going to sit up here and tell us what to do? Girl, bye.
It is rare. I would say the majority of women wear the pants in their relationship.
Once again, no qualification. She doesn't prove any of this stuff. She can't prove any of this. Now I see why you blocked me, girl. Now you see. And this is what listen, let me just tell you, any of you women out there, if you see me come after you and you block me, then you let me know. Well, it depends on if you're a big target or not. But if I see that you block me, but you didn't block other people, that lets me know that you're scared of me. And then I'm going to just be fixated on you.
I would say very few women, we have really learned how to be a submissive wife. Very few of
You are not submissive. You're not submissive. Stop lying.
us have even seen it. So, call me crazy.
Crazy.
But women will literally die on the hill of being a shitty wife.
Nobody even said that. Shut up, girl. Isn't she finished with this video?
Instead of saying, you know what? These are areas we can improve. So
nobody is sitting up here saying we're not telling you what our areas we need to improve. First of all, get married first.
But ladies,
get married.
For the women that want to be
get
wives
married.
And actually want to improve.
Get married. You're not married. You're not a married. What wife school? You're not even a wife. How is she gonna have a wife? Just help us. Follow my wife school, and she is not even a wife. Oh, yo. Oh, please start this wife school, girl. Oh my goodness, I'm about to eat good.
There's episodes coming out soon.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh. Anyways, like the video on your way out, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification.
Shut up. No, like my video on your way out. Subscribe to my channel. We got lots of more Pearl content coming your way, baby. Okay? All right, guys, listen. If she does this wife school thing, I'm serious. I am going to have a good old time. All right, guys, I will talk to you all next time. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Later, taters.